Electoral College is a system in the United States that is used to elect a president. It was created at the Constitutional Convention of 1787 to allow for a democratic way of voting for the president without having a direct popular vote. Apart from Maine and Nebraska, votes between the states are based on a winner-takes-all system. These electoral votes add up, and if a candidate receives the majority of the votes, then they are elected president. Over the course of the Electoral College's life, there have been 5 instances where the elected candidate won the Electoral College without having the majority of the votes from the citizens. This has occurred twice within 2-decade time span, and has led to more citizens wanting the Electoral College to reflect the idea of majority rules rather than the minority rules. There are many problems within the Electoral College. However, in this video we will only be discussing 3 of them.
One of the problems the United States faces with the Electoral College is that all states do not have the same number of votes. As shown on the picture, there are 18 states whose votes count less than they should. The amount of electors that each state represents is not equally dispersed among the states based on population.
The second major problem is that the Electoral College considers only the states and the District of Columbia. The Electoral College does not take into consideration of territories such as Puerto Rico and Guam. This is a problem because Puerto Rico has a bigger population than 21 states, and yet it receives no representation when it comes to the presidential nomination.
Many citizens feel that their voices are not being heard because the majority does not choose the president, and not everyone is being represented. Since the inception of the Electoral College up until the year 2018, there have been times where a candidate wins the Electoral College but not the majority, which creates a fail to uphold the principle of the majority rule. 2016 was the most recent time this occurred, as candidate Hillary Clinton had the majority rule but still lost the Electoral College to Donald Trump. The image of the 2016 election results show that Trump won the electoral votes but lost the popular votes to Hillary, representing how the Electoral College works.
According to Hillary Clinton, the Electoral College should be changed about the unfair distribution between the states.
You mentioned winning the popular vote, obviously, multiple times in the book.
Yes, I
do
did.
you think the Electoral College should be abolished?
I said that in 2000, after what happened to the 2000 election with Al Gore. I was elected to the Senate that same year, and if you look at our recent history, we've had several candidates, nominees, who have won the popular vote and lost the Electoral College. What does that say? And it says that an anachronism that was designed for another time no longer works. If we've moved toward one person, one vote, that's how we select winners. I was amused after the French elections when I was listening to an interview with a French electoral expert, and he said, well, unlike your country, the person who wins the most votes wins. So I think it needs to be eliminated. I'd like to see us.
The following video supports the claim about the unfair distribution between the states.
Every 4 years, we hear the words Electoral College over and over again, but we never talk about what a ridiculous and, frankly, undemocratic system it really is. The Electoral College gives vastly more power to different voters depending on which state they live in.
Bigger states.
Nope, smaller states. If your state has less people, you have more power.
According to opponents, the Electoral College system should remain the same because if we were to remove it, the two-party system will crumble and will lead to a smaller party system that focus on specific issues only. Opponents also believe that the Founding Fathers chose this system because it requires the candidates to appeal to the many rather than one region. Even though the Electoral College will continue to be a topic of debate, as society moves forward with different candidates and different presidents, we believe the Electoral College should be fair amongst all of its citizens.